I feel it's very important for mental health, mental awareness, just to be seen and be heard in that realm. Something that I definitely wish I had during this age. It can feel really lonely, even though you have everyone all around you. So, this is a good program so that girls aren't made to feel that what they're going through internally is not something that every girl this age is going through. So, if I had this type of programming when I was this age, I think that I would have done better just socially, just coming into my middle school, high school years, just that awkwardness and feeling like there was nobody that really understood what I was mentally and emotionally facing. I would recommend this program to girls this age because this is the time. It's the time where they really need to be spoken to about it, open up about it, have that safe space, and just learn that it's not something that you have to keep to yourself if you are having struggles around your mental health, and you have some type of feelings that you need to talk about. It's good at a very young age to be able to know that that's something available for you. It's very important to start at this age because after a while, like they've already gone through so much without you possibly knowing. So it's a good age to get in there before maybe some type of ideals negatively, mentally start creeping in, that you can say, hey, if you're starting to feel this way, if you're starting to see, kind of before it happens, a proactive versus a reactive is always a very good place to start.
Yeah, it's night and day, the conversation around mental wellness from when I was a kid to now with these kids. And I think it's a gift. I think it's a gift that kids at this age can start thinking about their internal life and their wellness in that way and communicate it with others. And so I see a real difference in the way that we're able to relate to one another and she's able to relate to her friends. Yeah. If this kind of programming had been available to me when I was Anna's age, I feel like my teenage years would have been a little smoother because I feel like I wasn't able to start processing emotions until later. And now we're giving them tools to start processing those things before the onslaught, before it really gets tough. I think Girl Scouts is important for all programming, but especially mental health and wellness because of the safe space of just being with Girl Scout sisters. I think girl to girl, being able to relate to one another is just a safe and comfortable place to start digging into the emotions without the pressure of boys being around or what boys are going to think or what someone else is going to think. I know, but it's safe. It just feels like a good place to start thinking about these feelings.
Yes. So here that mental health wellness is at its low. It doesn't surprise me, but it does scare me. So my 10-year-old right now, this year has had like a rough start. And I think they're at the age where they're realizing they want to do this or that, and they'll try new things because as a parent you want them to be out there and go try it, but then we didn't prepare them for but they might not choose you, and it's okay, you've never played this sport or you've never attempted this before. And so I think even us maybe not being prepared to even help them, it's probably twice as bad. So if they're having trouble as a parent, I want to also what do I do? How do I make this better? And so I think that by having resources like this that prepares them a little better, with their emotions and things like that, I think it's beneficial for both them and us because, maybe next year she tries out for something else. She doesn't make it, but maybe she learned something today or along the way that made her feel okay, it's not the end of the world, and then suddenly I'm not in a place where it's oh, okay, you got this, girl, you took care of it without me having to panic, what do I do, So there was no conversation. I feel now that I'm a grown adult, so we came from a very old school Mexican, family, and so and I've made the mistake earlier with my oldest daughter, and I guess rubbing that same stuff on her where we were told, oh, you're sad? Well, get up and let's clean the house because there's stuff we need to do, like our parents and grandparents were like, sad? Girl, there's no such thing, like, clean. We have to wash the dishes. I think we just rubbed stuff off like that. It wasn't a thing, and probably in our culture, like saying that we're sad or we're depressed is probably a sign of like weakness, right? And so nobody wants that. And again, like in our culture, that's just how we are, right? So I think for me being a first, I guess, in my family to go to college, a first to do other things on my own and having to make mistakes and find the answer, to now tell my younger sisters and my brother, don't do this, or now my high schooler, right? Like, it's fine. Like, if you're sad, go ahead and take a day, like, I get it, rather than 3 years ago, I was telling her, Jocelyn, no, it's in your head. Like, you got to stop being sad, girl. Like, and I think now I feel guilty because I made her maybe feel worse when she needed me the most. And so I'm definitely more open to the topic and learning for her because now I don't want her to go through what my oldest went through. And, so so I would absolutely, yes, recommend this program for other girls. I think coming into a space where she doesn't know the rest of the people that are here puts her already a little outside her comfort zone. And as a parent, I know, these girls are all Girl Scouts, but she in her little world thinks like, oh no, they're strangers. But I'm looking right now and that is not normally her. She's very quiet, she's very shy. So I think seeing her bond and laugh with people maybe prepares her for the future. Like, when you go to the job for your first day, it's going to be the same thing, right? You're going to be surrounded by people you don't know, but you may just become friends and find things in common, and that's okay to be scared at first, but look how it turns out, look how it ends. So something, yes, like this, I think for them right now it's all fun and games, but in the future, I think it builds those social confidence skills they need that maybe as a parent, we can't teach them because we're always going to be the parent. They're always going to look at us like, you don't know anything, like, be quiet, so I do highly recommend if anyone can do something like this to do it.